Each bank or mortgage professional will have their own rules related to a HELOC. Really, I am not a professional in that, so you'll need to talk with the different banks or the mortgage professionals. We also can't predict what is going to happen in 8 years, right? However, my family and my husband, we decided to invest in real estate because it didn't matter for us. For example, in 2008, when so many people's houses lost equity, but if they kept their house, their equity has exponentially increased now. So if you have the money currently, it doesn't matter if it's in 2 years something happens where the housing market completely decreases or crashes. If you keep that duplex and you wait until another 5 years later, it usually will increase. That has historically been what goes on with real estate. So, what you need to do is you need to try to predict your best case scenario and your worst case scenario of what will happen. You already have a good position because of the cash you have inside your house with your current equity. That to me means if you want to purchase a duplex, it would be a good idea to use that cash. However, you still need to recognize that it will be considered a second house. That duplex is going to be an investment property, meaning that it's going to require 20 to 25% down payment. So you need to understand that part as well. If the housing market were to decrease and at 8 years later you decide you do want to sell, but the housing market is currently in a downfall, or you end up losing your job, or you all of a sudden can't afford to pay both mortgages, those two would be the biggest risks for you. If you are only going to be using $200,000, but the HELOC is offering you to use $700,000, my recommendation is always, if they're offering that $700,000, to go ahead and accept it because you are only paying interest on that $200,000 when you're using it, but you know that you have $500,000 left. So if your worst case scenario happens, like you lose your job, you can use some of that HELOC money to try to manage that 2 to 3 months until you're able to find another job. Really, the two things that are the highest risk for you are not really that high of a risk, in my opinion, because you already have the money there if you need it later.